loving me the way you do. My love is as
Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Pretty Played and Honest. I am your girl, Thejocelynnatasha, and here we talk about all my disaster dating stories and sometimes even friendship stories that did not go according to the plan. So, here today we are going to be talking about the worst date ever. In light of it being the love month, February, and it's the weekend, well, the week after Valentine's Day, and the girls have been galentining all around, we are going to be talking about some of the worst dates ever. So my girls have given me some of their worst date ever stories in this box right here, and we are going to be going through these worst dates, and I want you to comment below what your worst date has been thus far. Okay, mine is in here too. Now I'm not going to tell you what belongs to who or even what belongs to me. I don't know, I might, girl. If you guess in the comments, I'll tell you that you're right, but for now, let's see what the girls have been doing while they're dating. All right. My worst date was a trip to Miami with a guy who was super messy and only wanted to smoke weed the whole time. Okay, girlfriend. Now, the girls love Miami. The guys love Miami too, actually, I will say. I actually didn't go to Miami until I was like an adult. But I always hit like the hype spring break and all that. And when I went to Miami, I will say I had a great time. I'm not really there for the club scene in Miami, I'll say. But I do love the food. I like hanging on the beach. I will say though, my homeboy, he moved to Miami and he put me on to one club. And it definitely gave like round the way vibes, and I love that. But I don't like the clubs that's like superficial. That's not my thing. But girl, so let's see. Y'all went to Miami and he was super messy. I want to know like how messy. Was he like sloppy type messy? Or was he messy like clothes messy? Or was he like, when you get in the room, he just opened a suitcase type messy? Like, I'm curious to know what kind of messy he was. And he wanted to smoke weed the whole time. Like, that could be dusty. I don't know. I'm not saying that every person that smokes weed is dusty, but messy and all you want to do is smoke weed, it just give me like, you probably got stuff all over you. Like, what y'all think? I don't know, but girl, I'm sorry to hear about this particular date, and I hope you've had some better dates since. Let's get into the next one. My prom date told me he would be right back. He was going to smoke. What's up with the guy smoking? He was going to smoke and he was gone for the whole prom. Luckily, I was popular, so I was busy partying, but it still hurt my feelings. Ooh. You know what? Prom is definitely one of those experiences that you literally do not get a redo, right? Like your prom, your wedding, like, and not saying that you can't like renew your vows and stuff like that, but like the first time is like, you know, you want it to be perfect. But prom, you cannot you can go to his prom maybe, or you can go to somebody else's prom. But my boy left you at prom to go smoke. Like, what was he smoking? Sir, what was you smoking that you was gone the entire prom? Inquiring minds want to know. Now, I'm gonna say that I'm happy that my girl was popular and she was able to still have a good time, but that would have hurt my feelings too. Like, you know, you 17, 18 years old, you telling your homegirls, like, what if he didn't go to her school, right? So you like, yeah, my boyfriend goes to a different school and he coming to prom, girl. They're like, oh, he fine. Where he at? You know, like, even though she was partying and having a good time, you know, in the back of other people's mind, they're like, but where you do that, girl? You know. But anyway, I'm glad to hear that you had a great time, girl. Next up, I went on a first date and my date tried to okay. Yo, I don't even think I could put that on YouTube. Just know the boys are fresh. The boys are fresh. All right. Some guy wanted to go out, so I said, meet me at a lounge. I was so embarrassed. His outfit was a hot mess. And his outfit was a hot mess. And so I left his ass. I went to another section with other guys. And I stayed at the lounge all night with them. When it was time to leave, he started crying. And I haven't talked to him since. Girl, he was crying. First of all, he stayed. Because if I would have saw a girl or a guy that I'm dating kindly take his tail over to the next section with some other women, mind you, like, they obviously in the club setting, so maybe you don't want to make a scene. It depends on the stage you are in life. I don't know how old you was here, but if I was in like my 20s, I probably would have caused a scene. Now, I probably would just block them. But him crying, that is a whole nother, like, you really hurt my dog feelings. Now, if you was really mad over his outfit, like, I get it, because who child, I'd have been embarrassed a time or two from an outfit. Like, what do you have on? Like, I get it, but it's dark in the club. It's dark in the club. Like, you know, you can kind of bypass the little fit, especially if you're in the section. He's sitting down, he's chilling down. If he feel like he got that shit on, and he's standing up, and he, you know, like, he want to be seen, I don't know, girl. I might be with you. Like, they don't know that. But if he was on some like super chill, like, you know, he here because you want to be here, he wanted to see you, and this way you wanted to come, and he, you know, playing it cool, I'd be like, alright, whatever, like, that's his style. I don't care nothing about that. But girl, you a real one. You literally went to a whole nother section with a whole nother set of guys and had my boy crying. Like, I want to know, how did it go? Like, did you go back over to the section and he just was crying? Or like, when y'all was heading out, did he, like, you know how you grab your arm or whatever, grab your attention, and you saw he was crying? Or was he just like whining? Like, yeah, you really gonna do me like that? Like, man, I thought it was better than that. I want to know, like, crying is real. Like, what? Okay. This is fun. Okay, let me read some more. All right. Oh, the handwriting is so small on this one. Okay. Just before the date, he texts asking me to pick him up. Red flag, but okay. We proceed to Benji's. If you guys don't know, Benji's here in Maryland is a drive-in movie theater. So we proceed to Benji's. He had enough money to cover his portion, but not enough to cover mine. Now, I didn't already pick you up. Sir, I done picked you up. And then we get there and you say you got enough for yours, but not mine. He also bought no snacks or a blanket. When we left, this is the hard, this part right here, When we left, I had to get gas. He had no money to help. He offered to stand outside with me as I pumped the... First of all, all of these is red flag. When he would have asked me if I could pick him up, I'd have been like, you know what? You know, is your car in the shop? Or I understand, you know, you may not have a ride right now, we can reschedule. I'm the queen of rescheduling. Cause pick you up, okay. Now I understand it might not be ideal, but you can get past it. Cool. Y'all get to the date and this fool talking about he only got money for him. I am so confused here. Like, did he not know he was going on a date? I want to know the relationship. Like, were y'all talking and was this like a confirmed date, or were y'all just like kicking it? Then he say, oh, we should kick it. Cause this is giving kicking. This me and my homeboy. If I'm paying for myself, like even when I go with my homeboys, a lot of times they do not let me pay. Like they be like, "What are you doing? I got it." You know, and it's not. I'm not gonna say it's every time, but majority of the times, like when I go out with my homeboys, I don't even pay. Did he know this is a date? Now, girl, when y'all got to that gas station, and we already know my boy ain't had no money. But he had no money for the gas, and he offered to stand outside with you while you pump your gas. This is wild. This reminds me of, y'all know that meme when people post like when the girl got a text money back, or when the girl's paying and he's standing behind her while she paying, like looking. Like that's what I'm getting from here. Cause you could pump my gas. You don't have to stand outside with me. I would have been like, what? I would have let his tail stand outside with me, and I'd have drove off while he was outside. He wouldn't have got back in my car. He'd have had to figure it out how to get home. I'm one of them. Yeah. Nah. I think not. Next caller, cause that just made me mad. Okay. Worst date. Valentine's Day. I had a boyfriend who planned a wonderful night, so I thought. He took me to a hotel, almost threw up. Dinner. She said I almost threw up. Dinner was in the hotel lobby. Okay. One minute. Valentine's Day, I had a boyfriend who planned a wonderful night, so I thought. He took me to a hotel. I almost threw up. Dinner was in the hotel lobby. First of all, how he pull that off? Now I do know that some hotels have like restaurants in their lobby, so maybe that's where they was at, in the hotel lobby restaurant. Sir, what's this? Sir, what is, these are really some good worst dates. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, we got about like 4 or 5 more, I don't know, but these are some really good worst dates. Like, dang, I thought my worst date was bad. Y'all been through some stuff. But sir, how did you pull off, like, how did you think that was gonna go over? That's really my question. How did he think that was gonna go over? Like, all right, y'all, I got us a hotel. We get to the hotel, go put our bags down, probably like, all right, let's go to dinner downstairs. Like, did you change your clothes and get dressed and like, yeah, we going to dinner, like put that shit on, only to get off the elevator and ta-da. Like, now I made myself sick. Like, I really want to know. And I want to know what happened after dinner. Like, did you stay for dinner and did you stay the night? Like, what was the vibe? What was the energy? What was you giving? Because I would have been like, what is this? But anyway, you know, different strokes for different folks. I do realize too that some guys really just do not know how to be romantic. Like, there are some guys out here that just don't know and are not romantic. Guys, do better. Okay. My worst date was a guy from high school. We went out. I got all dressed up to go out to a bar and watch the game with the okay, mediocre menu. Y'all went to watch the game? Oh, okay. You got all, so you never asked like where we going? You just got dressed up and he took you to a bar to watch the game. Oh, so you probably thought you was here. Like y'all was finna, you know, go somewhere like Fleming's or Morton's or, you know, a nice little restaurant. You did it up. Okay, my girl. Clocked it. And he took you to watch the game. Okay. This is a bad date. This is the worst date. Where, I want to know, ladies, and let me know in the comments, where do you draw the line where you like, no, I'm leaving, or you gotta see this through? Like, like this can't be it. I know it's something after this. Like I got no, like it's no way. This is it. You know, like I want to know where you draw the line, or do you call your homegirl, girl, come get me, or 911, it's an emergency. Yeah, call me with the, oh, we gotta go. Like, where do we draw the line, ladies? Because once again, like I said, my date is in here too, my worst date experience. And when I think of hindsight, I be like, I know daggone well I shouldn't have went through with that, or that's where I should have drew the line. Like, girl, you smarter than that. Girl, you better than that. Like, we be sparing these men so much. They don't even realize it. Okay, next up. All right, my worst date. I went out with this guy and his breath stank so bad it made me gag. Ooh. I left saying I had to use the bathroom. Okay. And this person actually has 2 dates on their card. So that was the first one. They left saying they had to use the bathroom. Okay. Now, let's talk about hygiene, because that's like real high on my list. Like I don't play dirty nails, because while your nails dirty, I don't care what type of work you do. Wash your hands and clean up under your nails. And if you a mechanic or you a plumber or you an electrician and your nails get dirty, maybe you need to go invest in a manicure. But I do not play that. So, dirty nails, teeth, you know, even your face, like, you know, you need a haircut. You need to make sure that you're shaped up. Like, you're not about to be going out with me looking like you don't love yourself. Like, I do not play that. You need to take a bath. Like, your clothes need to be clean. I have zero tolerance for that. Zero. Like, I don't play those games. So, girl, I don't blame you. I actually think this is a smart move. So, I'm going to assume you met him there. And my boy was talking. He was talking that talk. And you went to the bathroom and was like, please. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. You learned your lesson early. You said, I'm about to here. I like that. I like that. All right. When a brokey thought I was going to pay the bill, but I already had an exit plan. You are smart. Oh, my goodness. Whoever this is, girl, you are smart. I feel like you've been on a lot of worse dates. And by the time you got to these dates, you was like, Miss Ma'am, I got to figure this out. And I ain't mad at you. I am not mad at you. Smart girl. Smart girl. Okay. This is our last one, y'all. Oh, this is a short one. Okay. Ooh, my worst date was with an ugly, fat guy who was overly excited and doing too much. Yo, they be the ones, though. They be the ones. Girl, did he have a bag? Because we could have calmed him down, okay? Like, boo, chill. You know, I'm happy to see you, too. You know, it's been a long time coming. We've been talking about this date for weeks. Like, chill out. I don't know. But those were some really great first dates. Thanks for sharing those with me, and thanks for watching this episode of Pretty Played and Honest. You can see how my pretty girls have absolutely been played, and they're telling their stories. Like I said before, here at Pretty Played and Honest, we are not holding back. This is how the cookie has been crumbling. So anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next week. I love ya. Bye.